All right. Have your weights really close by because we are going to use those for part of the warm-up. Let's just take a moment. Inhale, up, back, and down. Inhale, breathe through your nose. Squeeze those shoulders. Exhale. Let some tension drape off those shoulders. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale. Release tension. And on this last one, shrug up. And then just tuck your chin and give yourself a little neck massage with your shoulders. And then we're going to annoy those shoulders because we're going to work with those weights, as I said at the beginning. So go ahead and hold the weights, and we're going to have thumbs up. So knuckles are facing me. And we're just going to start with the hands down to the sides, little step touch. When you're ready, bring those arms out to the side. Try not to let them be droopy, nice and straight. Point your index finger and draw me some tiny little circles. And then reverse the circle direction. And again, try and have nice straight arms so we're working the shoulders. Reverse the circle. And reverse again. And hopefully you're feeling your shoulders already. And reverse again. And relax for a moment. Bring those toes in front. Add a little hammer curl, bicep curl, but not tucked in here, out in front of you. 4, 3, 2, both arms. Make it kind of small because I'm going a little bit fast, so small range of motion. Good. Hands to your shoulders, knee lift. Point those toes. And again, we're going to go small range of motion. Four, 3, 2, turn your palms, face the front, take those legs into a hamstring curl. Arms are bent at 90, extend into a tricep, and then keep that a small range of motion towards the back of the room, straightening your elbow, really emphasizing the straight more than the bend, right? So it's about straightening, straightening. As you're working those hamstrings, think about scraping your feet. Good. 4, 3, 2, hands back here. We're going to go back to that step touch. We're going to bring our arms so the elbows, shoulders, and wrists are in a line and in and out. Again, small range. And then we're going to go back to that toe touch in front. 4, 3, 2, hands together, knees up, and we press up. I slowed down just a little bit, slightly bigger range of motion. And again, hope your shoulders are feeling it. Good. Separate those arms, stay with that knee lift. When you're ready, bring that knee across your body. Hands come back up here. And we're just going to rotate kind of slowly. Be careful. You don't want to whip your spine around as you twist. In a moment, we'll stay on the right, but we're not going to double time it super fast. 4, 3, 2, to the right, to the right, to the right. Good. And really lift through that torso. Almost there. Good. Step it, touch. Again, we're going to turn the palms to the back of the room this time. We're going to bend the elbows a little bit. We're going to press back tricep. So kind of a different direction, but and scrape those feet. Good. Step touch only. Hands in front, thumbs up. Alternate and bring those toes in front. Again, a little hammer curl here. Good. Hands to your shoulders, knees up, little press. In a moment, we'll start that little rotation. Again, doesn't have to be big, and you can start to bring your hands a little lower. And then we'll stay on the left in 4, 3, 2, left only. Last 2. Ooh, last one. Shake it out. Roll those shoulders. Go ahead and set your weights off to one side for a moment. Let's keep that step touch going. Feel link through your shoulder, your neck, through your shoulders. Relax those shoulders. And then last time, wide stance. Abs draw in, tailbone is long, bend the knees, hands to the thighs. Let's exhale and round into a cat stretch, and inhale, open up into a cow. So moving through that cat-cow, articulating through the spine. And then I want you to drop your right shoulder in, look over your left, but I want you to cat-cow here. So it'll be just kind of an angled cat-cow, getting slightly different parts of your spine. Beautiful. Come on back through center. Opposite shoulder in, and we cat-cow. Good, and then we come back through center, big deep breath in, and exhale, relax that down. All right, let's grab chair, ball, weights, all of it, have them together. You could just maybe set your weights in the chair for starters. We're gonna bring that ball down right above our ankles, and then squeeze in so you feel your inner thighs engage. We're gonna shift the weight onto that right leg. We're gonna bend that right knee. We're just gonna squeeze in here, right? Little squeeze, so maybe not a huge deal. Sorry, I don't know what was happening there. Good, squeeze in, nice. Adding on, weights in each hand, unless you need that chair for balance. And again, you're just squeezing in. We're gonna do a rotation with those elbows as if you're pouring something out of the ends of your dumbbells. Open and close, open and close. At the same time, I'm bending and straightening just a little bit through that right leg, squeezing in. So inner thigh, shoulder, and right quad a little bit. 4, 3, 2, last one, squeeze it in, shift your weight. If you need to move that chair, that's fine. I don't think you probably needed it. Weight on that left leg, bend the left leg a little bit. Right leg is going to squeeze in as you stand up and straighten that left leg. And when you're ready, open, pour something out of that dumbbell. So working those shoulders again. Two more. Very nice. All right, set those weights down for just a second. Let's move that ball up between your thighs. I'm going sideways. Probably will want to have a little balance here. So zip those abs, lengthen that tailbone, roll up on those toes. Walk the feet as close as you can now. So I'm trying to actually get my feet to touch. Bend your knees forward, squeeze the ball as hard as you can to rise up. So sit down into it, bend and squeeze. And then again, play with where you need your feet to be. If you brought them so close together that you feel your knees, then separate them a little bit. And imagine that tailbone is sliding down a wall, not booty back, right? Booty right under you. Squeezing as you come up. Last 2 like this. Last one, come down into it. Heels are lifted. Sorry, I didn't say that. I hope you saw that. Squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball. Inner thighs, inner thighs, inner thighs. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Lower your heels. Lift your heels, lower, lift. Knees are bent the whole time. Still working on those quads. Good. Adding on, heels drop, knees squeeze, roll up through those heels, straighten your legs. So we come down, squeeze, lift, Everything kind of comes down at once, heels and hips. And it's almost as if your pelvis is sort of a rolling circular motion here. And I hope you guys are feeling these by now. I am. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now some lovely single leg work here. So you're going to put your weight on your left leg, grab that ball behind your right. You're going to squeeze that heel as close to your hip as you can, so not loosey-goosey. And we're going to start standing up with the weight in your right hand. Bend your left knee also, right? Find your balance. When you're ready, just squeeze the ball. If you keep those inner thighs together, you're going to feel this even more. Good. Arm is going to come out to the side and just a little lift to start with. No big deal. Good. Last few. Last one. Hold here. Press the heel back. Press it back. Hold for a moment. Press it back. Hold for a moment. And then press back. Hold. Squeeze it. Press back. Hold. Squeeze it. Press back. Hold. Squeeze. At a full range bicep curl. Press back. Hold. Squeeze. Press back. Hold. Squeeze. Press back. Squeeze. Hold. Etc. So your weight is on your left leg, your right leg is working pretty hard here, and your right arm is bicep curling. Last two. Last one. Leave everything how it is, but bend that left leg even deeper so you can come over. Try not to round your back. So if you need to move your chair forward or however that you can get a fairly flat back, that's awesome. And then you're just going to start to pivot that leg open. And then we're going to match it with the arms so we get some posture work right behind that shoulder. And I'm bending pretty deeply into that left leg. Good. Hold it up at the top. Squeeze in. Hamstring curl. Little elbow pop up. Push. Push as you squeeze and push. Squeeze and push. 4, 29, and 1. Woo. Give your equipment a break. That includes your legs. Cross your right over your left. Stick that booty up and out so you get a little arch in your spine. Tailbone goes up. And then when you're ready, press and round. And we'll do that one more time. Extend. And then cross that right leg over the left. We're going to bend to the left. And then we're going to bend to the right. And then we get to cross the left leg over the right, because it was stabilizing that whole time. Bend your right knee. Send your booty up in the air. Extend that spine. And then round it under. And then extend again. Round it under. Left leg in front of the right. Move to the right. And then back to the left. All right, yippee! You get to do all that lovely stuff on the other side. So, ball is behind your left leg. Right knee is going to bend. Drop into it. Weight in your left hand. And we start with that hamstring curl. Bring it in and in and in. Again, if you have your thighs squeezed together, you're going to feel this a little more. You're welcome to add that little lateral lift. Tailbone long, abs in. Last two, last one. Pause for a moment with your upper body. Push back, squeeze up and in. 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 Bicep curl. So again, it's almost as if the pelvis is sort of doing just a slightly circular motion. Push back, squeeze. Same time you do your bicep curl. Right leg is taking all the weight. 2 more here. Nice. All right. We're going to keep everything as it is, but you probably want to scoot a little bit away from your chair or scoot your chair away from you so that you can find that fairly flat back position. And right knee stays bent. And then again, we're going to pivot that leg to the outside, opening to the side. And when you're ready, you add on that left arm does the same. Keep it going. I forgot to do this. What a good time to take a break. Almost there. Last 3. Last 2. And then we stay at the top and we hamstring curl. And you can pop that elbow up towards the sky if you want. And relax. Woo, all right, stretching that out. Left leg crosses the right thigh, tailbone goes long, booty up in the air. Exhale, round, and then we'll extend again. And as you come up, left leg over right, we're gonna arch to the right, and then over to the left. And then we get to stretch the right leg again. So ankle over thigh, open that right leg, stick that tailbone up, and then round it under, stick it up and out again. And as you round it under, stand up, right leg crosses the left, and we arch left. And then we arch right. Almost thought I'd gotten my directions messed up. Okay. We are going to take a moment here. We're going to keep that ball in the chair so that that will remind us to sit at the very tip top edge of the chair. All right. So I'm going to start with my hands at the side, and remember that pouring out motion? We're going to start with that. We're going to add on to this in just a moment. When you're ready, lift your right leg up. Extend that leg and lift it a little higher, lift and bend when you pour something out. Did you start rolling backwards? Remember that chair is there to make you sit tall. Good. So you should feel your quads working. If you are not feeling that happen, then I want you to take your right hand, put it the weight below the right leg, right knee, and go here. So now you have a weight on that shin if you need that to add on. I don't feel like I need that today. Don't forget to straighten the leg all the way, press through the heel, hold for a moment, feel that quad. We're going to do 4 more. 3, sitting tall. Last 2. On this last one, hold the leg up, hold the arms up, just hold them just like this. Make sure they didn't get droopy. And then press the heel, press, push harder. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that down. We're going to slide over to your right, so the right glute comes slightly off, and you can drop the hip down and get a nice stretch in the front of that leg. You could bring your arm up and over and maybe angle to the back, or angle to the front corner, sweep it down, around, and come up. All right. We're going to start on the opposite leg the exact same way. So here we are with our shoulder work, sitting tall, keeping that in mind so that in a moment, when we add that leg, we'll keep that tall posture. When you're ready, add that leg, bending and stretching. Doesn't have to bend much. And if you feel as if you're not getting enough quad, then you put your left hand on that leg. And don't forget, when you straighten it, you hold for a moment. Almost there. Good. Hold it there. Oh, how did we do this?
Yeah.
We kicked and pulsed and pulsed. I don't know what we did with our arm. Oh, we just held them, both of them, right? No, I don't know. Do what you do. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. All right. Slide over to your left. Let that left hip drop off. Drop the hip down. You can come up, over. You can reach to the back. And finally, you can sweep to that top corner and get a nice little stretch there. All right. So now we're gonna leave that ball in the chair, and without popping your ball, you can sit on it, but not, again, not so much weight that it feels as if you're gonna pop that ball. Then we're gonna widen our feet, sort of almost like a sumo squat, but feet are turned out. And then from there, so you may have to play with where your chair and your ball are. Stand up, tap your ball. Stand up, tap your ball. Now, if this doesn't feel like a big enough range of motion for you, for your quads, you can move that ball, right? But for any of us who have some knee issues, it's sort of a protected one. You can squish the ball a little bit, right? If and when you want to add on, come down with the heels, roll up on the toes. Heels down, hips down, heels lift, you come up. And then you can just make that a nice fluid motion. And whatever you want with your arms, right? Prayer pose, off to the side, up and out, totally up to you guys. A few more here. Last 2. Last 1, come up, stay up on your toes, start bending. I want you to hover on the ball. No movement, you're just hovering, abs in, but make sure you're far enough down that you are feeling your quads. If you're not, go a little deeper, but not so much that you get to sit, all right? Lower your heels, lift your heels, lower, lift, Can you sink deeper in your quads and lower lift? So you should feel quads and calves. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, I hope you guys got some of that love. Come on up, we'll give a quick little stretch. So you're just gonna step back with your right foot. We're gonna start by tucking the hips forward, bend the right knee so that you get that nice hip flexor stretch again. Right arm up, reach behind you, reach over to the left, and sweep down and around. Stay how you are with the left knee bent, straighten out the right leg, and press your hips forward and push the heel down. So now you're on a nice calf stretch. Look down, make sure your toes are pointed straight ahead, and then see if you can bend the knee to take that stretch a little bit deeper. Then roll up and turn your toes in and the heel out, and still lunge into that leg, and rock and roll your weight to the outside of your right foot and the inside of your right foot. See how that changes the stretch in your calf. You can bend that knee for a little deeper stretch, and then you roll up. Toe turns out, heel in. If the hip went with you, push that hip forward and lunge. And bend. And again, maybe rock the weight, arch, and outside of the foot. All right, step forward with your right foot. Step back with your left. First thing, tuck the hips, bend the knee. Feel that stretch come into the quad. Left arm up, reach behind you, reach to the right, sweep, and then press that heel down, lunge into a nice calf stretch here. Make sure the toes are pointed straight ahead, and then bend that left knee to take it a little bit deeper, please. Roll it up, toes in, heel out, lunge. Good, bend that knee a little bit. And then we'll roll up again. Oh, I forgot, roll in and out, arch and outside of your foot. Then come up, turn your toe out, heel in. Press that left hip forward, lunge into it. Bend that left knee a little bit. And maybe rock and roll that weight forward and back. All right. I think the last thing we're going to do from this standing position, ball is still going to be in your chair so that you can't sit very far back. Hands are going to be on the side. We're just going to do one little set of tricep dips. Shoulders out of your ears. You're going to slide your hips till they come off the front of your chair, but you don't want to lift them, right? You don't want to lift them away. You want them to slide down and slide up. Feet underneath your knees will be the most comfortable. Walk your feet away for a little more challenge, but make sure the hips don't go with them. So the farther your legs go away, the harder you work. The less of your foot that's on the ground, the more you'll feel this. Abs in, tailbone sliding up and down. 2 more. Bring that up. And let's take a moment. Take that right hand, tap your right shoulder, and pull back for your first tricep stretch. Then bring that hand to the middle of your back and pull. And then bring it to your left side and pull back. Shake it out. Left hand is going to come down to your left shoulder. Hand to center of your spine. And then left hand to your right shoulder. Beautiful. Shake that out. Okay. We are coming down to the ground now. And we're going to bring everything with us, please. Although I don't think you're going to, what the heck? You never know what I'm going to do. Neither do I. I'm just teasing. Okay. Put your chair where you can reach it if we decide to use it. We're going to follow up with a little bit more booty work, but from a lying down position, and then we will add on. So we're going to take that ball and put it underneath your left foot. And you're going to have your weights quite handy. And we're going to lift up. So sort of a bridge, but mostly left leg bridge. Take both weights, put them on your right hip, and you're not going to hold them. You're just going to push them down on that right hip. And then you're going to lift and press and press. And as you do this, you want to try to get your hips even. 4, 3, 2, stay up. Move the weights to your left hip, exact same thing, lift, lift, lift. Hopefully that left leg feels this, that left booty and hip and such. 2 and 1, come down. We're not finished on that side, but no weights this time. When you are ready, lift back up again, lift your right heel, and then see if you can lift your right leg all the way up in the air, poke a hole in the ceiling, poke a hole in the ceiling. Poke a hole, poke a hole. And relax. Woo. Left hamstring on fire. Ball goes under your right foot. Both weights are over on the left side so they're handy. You're going to press into both legs to lift up in that bridge. And then when you're ready, weights go on that left hip. And again, you're pushing them down. And we're going to lift up against that resistance. Then we're going to move the weights over to the right hip and continue that lift and lower, pushing up this time with the weights on that same side. And relax, no weights. When you're ready, come back up in your bridge, see if you can lift your left foot and then all the way up and then poke a hole in the ceiling. And relax. Ooh. All right, stretch the legs long, put the back of the left ankle on the ball. And then we're going to press up in a straight-legged bridge by pushing down into the ball. And my right leg is just wherever you want it to be. You could hug it in, you can bring it out here for a little more challenge, wherever you want it to be. And then we lift and lower. My hands are down. I'm trying not to use my arms. We lift and lower, not by simply lifting the hips, by pushing the heel down so I get some spinal extension, right? So it's not just glutes, but I'm working that low back also. And relax. Woo, roll that ball underneath your right ankle. Same thing, left knee is gonna come in. You're gonna flex through the right heel, push down against the ball to lift your hips and lift and lower. Low back and glutes. And relax. All right. We're gonna take a moment. We're gonna bring that ball in behind both knees. And we're gonna give that low back a little curl and then press it away. Curl and press away. This time curl and bring that towards your right shoulder and then press away. Curl and pull it towards your left shoulder and press away. And then just let those hips rock a little bit side to side. And then hug them in one more time. And go ahead, and we're coming up. And we're gonna do one more little set for our booty with the weights. And this is that if you do still have your chair, you know, you're gonna have the option to use that. So weight behind your right leg. So similar to some of the ones we already did, but one more angle. So I'm gonna put my hands or arms in the chair, but I'm gonna try not to sag, nor to be so close that I'm rounded. So try and find a place, maybe you can even put your hands at the back of your chair so that your spine is in neutral, right? Not rounded, not dropping, but neutral. And you're gonna try and lift that right leg so you can't see your knee, right? So when I look down, I can't see my thigh, and I'm just gonna press the heel to the sky. I'm gonna squeeze in on that weight. Press up, squeeze in. Press up, squeeze in. Small range right now. Press up, squeeze in. Now let's see the difference. Come down, all the way up, squeeze in. All the way down, all the way up, squeeze in. Two more like that. Down, up, squeeze. One more. Down, up, squeeze. Leave it there. Lift and squeeze. Lift, squeeze. Lift, squeeze. Lift, squeeze, all the way down, all the way up, squeeze. All the way down, all the way up, squeeze. All the way down, all the way up, squeeze. Last time, down, up, and squeeze. Please. Okay, a lot of love to that right side. We'll stretch that out in a second. Weight comes behind your left leg. All right, and again, you want to try and find that nice neutral spine. You're not dropped, you're not rounded. You're supported, and then as you are ready, you're gonna lift that left leg up, press that heel towards the sky, flex through the heel, lift, squeeze in, lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze, lift, squeeze, keep going. Oh, and then we're gonna do full range all the way down, all the way up and squeeze, all the way down, all the way up and squeeze, keep going. One more full range, and then back to the top. Push up, squeeze in, push up, squeeze in, push up, squeeze in. Just one more. Push up, squeeze in, full range. Down, up, squeeze, down, up, squeeze, down, up, squeeze, and relax. Ooh. All right. Come on down. Let's sit up on that ball for just a second, just to elevate your hips. Then take your left leg so that your knee is straight in front of you, not off to the side. Then you're gonna walk your right foot across, pull it back, give it a little tug across, but also take your thumb and push the right hip down. And keep pulling it across as you push it down. Good. Hands down, straighten your left leg right out in front of you. Take that right leg across again. Same thing, you probably have to keep a hand down this time since you're on the ball. More of a little bit of a twist. You're welcome to go into a twist. And then as you come back through center, walk that foot up so it's closer to your thigh and it's coming right about where my capris hit. And I'm going to rotate that leg open. And then I'm going to play with how much can I bend my left knee without rolling back, right? So sit tall, use your hands as you need to, and just bring that leg back to where you get a nice deep stretch in the other thigh, outer hip. I think you're getting it, I am. And then relax. All right. Now your right leg goes out in front of you, knee is here, left leg crosses over. Notice you want to tip that way, so that's why we're putting that left hand into the hook of your hip flexor crease as we pull across. Good. And then you can straighten that bottom leg, keep the top leg crisscrossed, and then give it a little reach across, a little twist if you want. Oh, that feels good. And then slide the foot back so it's just above your knee or a little farther back. Rotate it open, sit tall. And then you can start playing with how much can you bend that right knee, still get that stretch in that left leg and not drop into your hips or round. Yes, I do know we could do that stretch in an easier way, lying on our back. Oh, well, all right. Speaking of lying on our back, that's where you're headed, please. Actually, you know what? Some of you are still seated. Let's stay up. We'll start here for a little bit of ab work. So weights are in each hand. All 10 toes are going to stay in the ground. And we're just going to hinge back at this point, right? A little hinge, and then pull your ribs down. Open your arms into a V and rotate to the side. But every time you come through center, look and make sure your knees aren't moving. They're staying squeezed together and that you haven't rounded into your spine. I don't want you to grind down on those vertebrae. So you want to be sitting tall. You could lift the back arm and that would remind you to lift up out of your spine, but it would also add a little bit more effort. So you decide if that's working for you. And then relax. All right, now we will head down. So we're going to put the weights in our hands, palms facing up, and you're going to see if you could take 8 counts to roll down a vertebra at a time without the feet lifting up, without the knees going askew. And once you get down, you're going to stay there. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly button in, start sliding your knuckles along the ground. And when you can't come up any higher, unless you kick your feet, stop there, lift your hands up, palms to the sky, hands back down, roll down, inhale. Exhale to roll part of the way up. Inhale, lift your palms up. Exhale, roll down. If you want to, you can certainly take this to a full-on roll-up, but only if all your feet, both your feet, all 10 toes stay on the ground and you're not using any momentum, right? We're only going to do a couple of those because we get to do a bonus love one today. So next time you roll down, let's stay down. Straighten out your left leg and put your weight in your right hand and your right knee stays bent, fingers to the sky. Deep breath in. If this is too challenging, you're going to lower your weight. Otherwise, poke a hole in the ceiling with your weight, roll up a vertebra at a time, and when you get to the top, give it an extra lift. As you go down, you have some options. Arm by the ear is going to be really challenging. It's going to pull you backwards. So maybe you adjust by bringing it in front of you, or you lower it as you lower. So a couple options there. Otherwise, hand stays up, 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 up. It comes by your ear. You stay tall. Try not to roll it too far forward. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to come up. Inhale at the top. Exhale down. If this is a lot on your back, you go right back to both knees bent, right? Both knees bent, weights in both hands. And if all of that bugs you, you're going to come right back to where we were a minute ago. And you can either go back to the rotation, or you can just do a tiny little roll down. So you choose, and then we'll all meet lying down again, because now we're going to straighten the right leg. Left hand punches towards the sky, deep breath in. Exhale, rolling up. Nice and slowly with control, a vertebra at a time, sitting tall at the top, and then you decide, can you come down with that arm by your ear? Do you need to bring it a little bit in front of you? Do you need to bring it all the way down? So let's try a few more like that. So you exhale on the movement, you inhale at the top and the bottom, and we are almost there. Next time you're lying down, let's stay down. All right, we're going to take those weights, we're going to stack them up on our ankles and just hold on to the ends so the dumbbells don't cut into your feet. Bring your forehead to your knees and open your knees just the tiniest bit. You're going to exhale, start rolling like a ball. But we're going to do this with a lot of control. Exhaling to roll, inhaling, pause at the top, toes off the ground. Exhale to roll, inhale to pause. If this one doesn't work for you, you are welcome to stay down and just give me a little rocky, right? Like the stuck bug, I call that sometimes. Elbows could go wide. And then next time you roll down, we're staying down. Weights in each hand, legs come to tabletop, fingers to the sky, deep breath in, exhale, head, neck, and shoulders float off the ground. Reach your left leg to the sky, and then stretch your right arm by your ear and your left leg out without moving your right knee. Come back to center. And you're going to stretch your right leg out. You're going to bring your left arm by your ear. So single leg stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. If your neck is bugging you, this is certainly one that could be done with your head on the ground, because we've added the resistance with our legs stretching out, creating a long lever, and with our arms up by our ears, creating a long lever with a weight, right? So there's a lot going on. If you're feeling it in your neck, keep it down, please. Keep it down. Nice, you guys look great, Erin, beautiful. Carolyn, silhouette, I can even see Nancy's calves. Nice work, y'all. Good. Last one, stack both knees up, weights in both hands, and we're going to go to an open double leg stretch, but we're just going to hold it. And what I want you to think about is hands drop a little lower, feet drop a little lower, and then they come a little closer. But we're talking an inch, right? Not a big woo, woo, right? Tiny, open, close, open, close. Again, if your neck is bothering you, you can put it down, or you could just take a single weight behind your head, right? And I've still got that resistance because now it's over my head. It's just not with that long lever. So see how that works for you. 3, 2, and 1. Whoo, hug it in. All right, let's put the left foot on the ground and put that weight behind your right leg. Hug the right knee in, drive it over to the right, bring it away from your body, bring it back and across towards your left shoulder, get a little outer hip stretch, and we'll do that one more time. Open, over to the right, away from your body, back through center, and over towards your left shoulder. And then you're going to bring it back to the right armpit, let the left leg drop open, and then you can just leave that weight behind your knee and hug that knee tighter and closer, feeling that hip crease get even closer to the ground. And then finally, try and keep that hip crease as close as it is, but press that weight towards the back of the leg, flex through the foot, and then straighten it out and bring it back through center. As it comes back through center, you're going to point and flex, and at the same time, straighten the left leg. And then maybe circle both directions at the ankle, and then slide that weight down on the outside of your right leg. Gently bring it across to the left, so you're going to feel a deeper stretch through that outer hip. And finally, you can let it drop to the left and get a nice deep, deep twist here. As you come back through center, let that right ankle cross at the left leg and flop open. Take your weight and put it on the right inner thigh. That's going to start to tip you to the right. If you have your other weight handy, put it on your left hip. So right hand and left hand are opening the right hip and the right leg and the left hip. And then you can just set your weights to the side, bend that left knee. Let's thread the needle, press that right elbow against the inner right thigh, hug it all in close, extend that left leg up, and again, we'll point flex here and circle. And then finally, we're gonna close that gap completely, hands to that left shin, take a little rock side to side. And when you're ready, knees are gonna drop all the way to the left in a twist. And then gently back through center, uncross. And let's do the other side. So that weight is going to come behind that left knee. And we're going to drive it to the left, away, back through center, across towards the right, and up again. So we go side, away, center, and across, and then back through center and let it drop to the left, right leg drops open. See how close you can bring that thigh to your rib cage, then flex through the heel, press it up, either use the weight to pull the hamstring closer or to press the calf towards your head. And then finally, straighten that leg out, we'll point and flex, and we'll rotate. And then we're gonna bring that weight to the outside of the left thigh. We'll straighten the right leg, flex through the heel, up, no, come back through center, straighten the right leg, there we go, point flex. Now we bring it across. You can straighten the leg, or you can bend it and twist it completely, or both. You decide when and where and how. I'm so laissez-faire today. All right, as you come back through center, right foot comes, the left foot comes to the outside of your right thigh, drop it open, and then we'll use those weights on the inside of the left thigh and on the right hip to press those areas open. They want to come closer to each other. Whoop. And then we'll go ahead, we'll thread that needle and we'll point and flex through the right ankle, maybe some circles again. And then bend the knee, crisscross the left leg all the way over it. And then as you're ready, knees drop right, please. And then you're gonna just come on back through center. We're gonna mosey to our hands and knees, however you want to. You can get there, you can roll up. Good. So hands and knees, and let's do a little bit of a stagger here. So left hand in front, right knee in front. And all you're gonna do is move your weight forward and back a couple times. This is just, this is what our hips theoretically do when we're walking. They drop in and out of extension and flexion. And then square everything back up, and you'll take your right hand forward and your left knee, and we'll do that same thing. Beautiful. And then we'll walk the knees back, hands in front. Let's undulate through a cow and we'll roll back through a cat. If you want to get a little variety, walk your hands to the right and try a few cat-cows like that. And then walk your hands to the left and same thing. Nice. And then we'll square it up. We'll tuck our toes, press up, press back, down dog, hands to feet or feet to hands or both. Feel free to pedal those feet out a little bit. Drop your head, nod yes, and shake no. And then you're gonna walk all the way back. Slide your hands from the base of the neck to the base of the skull to stretch it out. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Bring it up. We have our curtsies. Thank you. Don't forget, we have trivia and OMG. All right. Thank you all.